The 868th edition of the MMA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog. Get up to a $1,000 deposit match when you sign up at UnderdogFantasy.com and you use promo code MMA SGPN.
Yo, Degenerados. Welcome to episode 868 of the MMA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network, dedicated to one of our friends in the Discord, Abadaba. He's always, I assume it's a he. They're all he's in there. He is always active in the Discord. Good intel, good comments. But more importantly, he hit a big ticket on the weekend, probably because he was telling Gumby. I did get actually this past weekend as well. Like Gumby's stealing all the flyers, rightfully so, because he went 11-1, but I went 8-4, and I was up money as well. But yes,
we had a couple of underdogs together.
We did. We went 7-0 on our consensus picks.
Yeah, we got that Jake Matthews underdog play.
Yeah, that was
man. He looked like a man possessed.
Yep.
That's the Jake Matthews we used to get jacked up about. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like,
he's still not old. There's still time.
Yeah, he's like, isn't he 30? He just barely 30.
Yeah. Yep, it's true. That voice you hear was Daniel Gumby Vreeland. I didn't introduce myself either. Who am I? I am Tony Mustard, aka Jeff Fox. PFL is here. As I said in the last episode, you people love PFL. Other than Contender Series, which is basically where our bread is buttered. What side of the bread? I don't know what the expression is. I always try to say that. It's funny. Other than Contender Series, which isn't year-round, PFL is always our top viewed and or downloaded episodes, even better than the mighty UFC. So don't tell Don Davis that, Gumby. That'll be one of the stats that he tweets out, right?
Don Davis's dumbass. Like,
oh my god, Don Davis's dumbass. There's an episode title. I'm sure he doesn't listen.
No, I mean sometimes we have like people who work for the company.
It's true.
Like, just retweet our episodes without like listening to anything.
I know.
I think PFL retweeted one of our episodes one time on Twitter. And like we spent the whole first 7 minutes of the episode talking about how dumb they were.
As we always do. Okay. Its code is going to be DD's dumbass then. Okay. People won't know what that means. That's like Ayman Zahabi was liking and sharing like articles where I picked against him. Like, you didn't read the article, dude. Just because I like you doesn't mean I picked you. Picking against him is not a smart thing currently. But
no, I haven't picked against him in a long time.
Yeah, exactly. Now that he's got the old man strength. PFL deserves our attention, though. We're talking PFL today. PFL Africa 1, Cape Town 2025. How's that for a title? You want that on a shirt, Gumby?
Yeah. Also, hey, real quick for anybody who's bummed out that we're not covering Cage Fury, CFFC, right? Or Fury, Cage Fury or Fury, which are the two other promotions running. The PFL episodes have been doing a little bit better for us, so we leaned into those ones, but I will be hitting you with a solo video on shorts later on with like my 5 favorite plays from those two cards.
All right, check out the Tube and you can see Gumby's smiling face. You won't see me in the dark at my undisclosed location, far north. All right, PFL Africa 1, Cape Town 2025. Like I said, give me that on a shirt. It's going down this Saturday. Because PFL can't have a consistent date. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. You just got to guess when they're running. All right, before we dive in, you don't have to guess about when we post episodes on our network because you can get all of our episodes for free by subscribing to the SGPN feed. So check out SGPN feed wherever you get your podcasts, and then you get all of our episodes. Not just us, everything that goes out on the network, which is a lot of stuff. All right, we're going to Cape Town, South Africa. Not really. July the 19th, as would be Saturday, 10:30 a.m. Eastern time. So, yeah, UFC's pay-per-view, so that's good. This will run you right up. This will be your tailgating for the UFC. Grand West Arena in Cape Town, South Africa, if you want to show up. 14 fights on the card. We're basically covering them all. I guess we can maybe do one lightning round one lightning round tomorrow, maybe? That works for you?
Yeah,
maybe.
We'll see. I mean, I'm just going to tell you to pick Dakota Decheva. And yeah,
it's true.
We're not giving Dakota Decheva a full breakdown. Get it out of the way now. She's going to murder Samiko Amaba. I don't know what to tell you. It's not competitive in any avenue. Samiko Amaba lost to Denis Keelholtz.
But she's Lady Samurai, Gumby. Does that change your opinion at all?
I did like Samiko Amaba when she was up and coming, but she's not Dakota Decheva, and there's no reason for her to fight her.
Do you like that they're keeping her active, or you think they're wasting?
No, I want them to release her and let her go fight Alexa Grasso.
Yeah, I was going to ask you. Alexa Grasso, you'd like to see?
Dakota Decheva. I was a huge hater on Dakota.
A late adopter, we'll say.
I'm a very late adopter. I really thought she was going to run into a wrestler or something, and it was just not going to hold up. She's amazing. She's really, really good. I've come around to being, but like now what? We're giving her like the 10th best flyweight in PFL.
Yeah.
Right? Because like
where would she be in the world, Samika Inaba? In the UFC, she'd be not even close to top 15.
Yeah, she's probably outside of the top 50 in the world. Like 5-0.
Well, Tapology has her 47th. There you go. You're right in the right.
Far off.
Makes sense.
But like, if she was good, they'd have put her in their flyweight tournament that they currently have going on. I mean, I guess I'd like to see Dicheva fight like Liz Carmouche, but
that would be a test.
Like, there just isn't anything left there.
Yeah. Well, there you go. That's the first 5 to 10 minutes of us destroying PFL, like
shitting on PFL.
Shitting on PFL every episode. All right. It's actually okay to watch if you. I guess no, it's not okay to watch because
it's on the app.
Yeah, that's true. And
I watched the Europe one on the app, and it was flawless.
And I'm talking about the wait time between fights. Have they fixed that at all? That's still horrible.
The European one's better. Yeah,
that's good. And actually,
because they don't have a TV deal, they're not working.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right, let's dive into things. All right, we're talking. It's tournaments, of course, because it's PFL. We're doing PFL Africa bantamweight tournament, right?
Today we're doing the heavyweights.
Oh, right, heavy. I'm sorry, we're doing big guys today.
Today we're doing the heavyweights. Tomorrow we'll do the bantamweights, and then we basically chopped up the main card and giving you a couple on each episode.
But it's not African fighters fighting, which is interesting.
Not on the main card.
No, like even in the tournament, there's like
all of them
a Canadian, Frenchman,
all of them have either a African background with a grandparent or a parent, or some of them train in one place but are from another place. So they all have some sort of background.
Which brings us to it. Englishman versus a Frenchman in the first fight, but as Gumby said, Abraham Babley, he has the English flag beside his name here. Badr Medkouri, he is from France. They are fighting in the opening round. So there is 8 fighters, right? In each of these tournaments, I think, right?
Yes, correct.
Yep. Yeah, so this would be the quarters of the heavyweight tournament. Let's break her down by telling you about. No odds yet, unfortunately. I don't know why usually PFL drops a bit earlier, but they haven't. They're probably waiting for us to put our picks out there so they know what side to ride on. Medkouri Dastan is the name, which is some heroic figure in mythic times that would protect villages. I did my research. He's 8-2 with 7 knockouts. He's been submitted once. This is his debut in PFL. He's won 4 straight, all via TKO. He's not lost since May 2023. Based on their last weigh-ins, 15 pounds heavier than Babley, 6 inches taller than him. Babley, the one and only, is 5-2 with 3 knockouts. He's never been finished in a fight. 2-2 in PFL. He has lost 2 straight, though. He went 1-0 in Bellator. RIP. 2 years younger than Medkouri.
Yeah, those 2 losses to are razor close split decisions and to really high level opponents. He fought Slim Trabelsi in the first one, and then Rodrigo Nascimento in the second one. I thought he lost to Nascimento. I actually kind of think he beat Slim Trabelsi, which is funny because I had a Trabelsi card that day anyway. So I'm not being biased towards Babley, but Babley was in close fights with both of those. And that's why I thought he was going to be a massive favorite in this. So again, we're guessing on the lines here.
Right.
I thought he was going to be a massive favorite inside my head, but when I talked to one of my guys who knows these types of things, he says Medkouri is going to be a sizable favorite, almost as high as 200. And I was like, that's crazy, if true, because sometimes I guess these and I'm better, more in on it than the people who do these things. But he's like, I'm pretty sure Medkouri will definitely be a favorite. If that's true, Babley is the best play of the day.
How would he know though? This unnamed person. What is he basing it on? I'm not questioning his credentials, but what would you
I know people who work where they set the lines.
Okay.
And so this person
how do they set them? Do you know the
just got a room of people who talk about stuff?
Yeah. They don't have programs that figure these things out for them?
I mean, they're definitely using those types of things now too. But they got to have a human checker, or at least a couple of human checkers on that. Because, we know when we see somebody with an inflated record
Yeah.
AI definitely wouldn't. So
yeah, it's true.
yeah, so they probably use a combination of the two. But anyway,
Yeah.
usually when I disagree with where I think somebody else says the line's going to be, I say that this is just going to be a pick 'em.
Yeah.
And if pick 'em or plus money on Babley, like for sure, I'm in on him here. As I said, he looked really good in those fights with Slim Trabelsi. And Rodrigo Nascimento did a good job of sprawling, is a pretty strong boxer. Whereas, like, if you watch Badr Medkouri, he lost 2 fights when he was in Aries. And they are, like, I went back and watched both of them. He looks so bad in those fights. And, like, the big problem is he's, like, shooting from so far away because he's, like, desperate to bring the fight to the ground. It's like he has no faith in his hands at all. And like
Walter Walker diving across the cage,
dude. Walter Walker looked good. Walter Walker looked good as hell.
Yeah, sure did.
The way he dropped for that heel hook, crazy. Who does that at heavyweight? Anyway, that got me off task. Like, Babley, when they announced this tournament, I thought was like the front runner to win the whole thing. Right? He went toe to toe with Nascimento, who's fighting in the PFL proper tournament. He went toe to toe with Trabelsi, and like he can wrestle and he can hang with his own on the feet. And like Medkouri looks like a guy who, if he can't wrestle, is going to fall apart. And he shoots from really far away, which has worked on some of his opponents. But the second he took a step up in competition and fought at Aries, he couldn't handle it. And like Babley, to me, is that level or better. So give me Babley. I think he's going to stuff a bunch of takedowns and beat him up on the feet.
Would you be happy to hear that 66% are in Medkouri?
That's crazy. Yes, I would love that.
Right? Yeah,
and it's got to be because Babley's 5-2, right? Like that.
And he's lost
he's coming off of back-to-back losses. Hasn't really beat anybody good. But like, how different would you feel if that was a split decision win over Slim Trabelsi?
Yeah,
like all of a sudden everybody's in on it.
Gumby peels beneath the surface. He's not just looking at the books cover. He's actually diving in for you. All right. We'll see if that one pays off. One thing that could pay off for you, very, very highly pay off for you, is Circa Million and Circa Survivor. Think you know ball? Then you have to enter Circa's football contest with $21 million in guaranteed prizes. There's no rake, so if entries go above the guarantee, all extra money will go to the prize pool. Circa Million, you pick 5 teams against the spread each week, or go for the ultimate sweat in Circa Survivor. There's even the Circa Grandissimo, a $100,000 Survivor contest. You must register in person at Circa Sportsbook in Nevada. Shucks. I'm telling you, you have to go to Las Vegas. But once you do sign up in Nevada, you can play from anywhere with the help of SGPN's official proxy. Go to footballcontest.com and use promo code SGP to get $50 off your proxy fees. And we're brought to you by mybookie.ag. MyBookie is your place to bet in every sport, including the MLB, WNBA, golf, and, of course, football futures. MyBookie accepts customers for a ton of locations. Easy deposit and lightning fast payouts using crypto. They will have PFL up there. If they don't already, they'll have it up there shortly. And when you do go to head out, check out the lines and sign up at mybookie.ag. Use our code MMASGPN. That way you get 100% deposit match up to $1,000. Terms and conditions apply. That's mybookie.ag, promo code MMASGPN. All right, we're doing another heavyweight quarterfinal bout, aka opening round. Maxwell, Djantou, Nana. He is from Cameroon. There you go. That's Africa. Mickaël, Groguhe. Groguhe is the guy from Star Wars, right? How do you say his name?
Groguhe?
Groguhe, yeah, I'm right. He is from France. They're fighting at heavyweight, 3-5 rounds if they need it. Groguhe, 6-2, 4 knockouts, 1 submission. He's been knocked out once. 1-1 in PFL. He's won 3 straight and 6 of 7. 2 years younger than Djantou Nana, an inch of height over him. Djantou Nana Leonidas is the nickname. 6-1 with 6 knockouts. He's been submitted once. You owe us rounds, sir. 1-0 in PFL. He has won 6 straight. So he dropped his pro debut. He's won 6 straight. He's not lost since his debut back in July 2022. He won 1-0-1 championship, which is still, I think last time I checked, the biggest promotion in the world.
Well, they are not doing well.
Yeah, it's true. But we don't get quite as many people asking us to cover one as they used to back in the day. He also is a Sambo champion in the past life. All right, break her down.
Yeah, he's a real deal Sambo champion too. He beat Denis Goltsov in the finals of the World Sambo Championship and like beat Denis Goltsov. And that's basically like MMA with a jacket on, it's like
there you go.
I mean, right? That's
he hit hard. Yeah, it's true. It is.
Well, and hey, great segue. Nana hits hard. He hits hard as hell. And he's got like
him then.
Incredible pressure. Like he's really good at backing people up all the time. And my my instinct here is Nana should be a massive favorite, like 400, 500. He's so much better than Groguhe here. Like both because he backs people up. He throws the big, heavy shots. We've seen his wrestling hold up in Sambo. We haven't seen it so much in MMA, but we've seen it hold up. And then Groguhe, like, plotting, kind of a chunky guy. Not that we're body shaming here. We don't body shame, but like he's plotting. He doesn't necessarily have the best hands in the world. He clearly wants to wrestle, but like doesn't have the strength. And like I watched him try to wrestle for like 2 minutes in a fight, and he stood up and he was exhausted. And so like he's gonna shoot maybe one takedown on Nana. He's gonna stall him out for 30 seconds against the fence and then just tee off on him. So yeah, give me Djantou Nana here. Should be a massive favorite. Probably, if not badly, Nana should be the favorite to win the tournament.
No, there you go. I don't have to ask now at the end of the episode. We gave you the Ticheva breakdown, and Gumby told you he's going to win the tournament. So now people have nothing to tune into at the end, but we'll figure something out. All right. Nana is your pick. 93% of Tapologists agree with you, Gumby. So probably won't get as good of a line for that one as the first fight we broke down here. All right. Moving on up the card. We got another tournament fight. Abdoullah Kane, he is from Senegal. Mohammad Ben Yahia, he is from Morocco. Both those countries, last time I checked, were in Africa. So that checks out here. We were telling you about who are we talking about? Ben Yahia first. 9-4, 5 knockouts, 4 submissions. He's been knocked out 4 times. He owes us rounds. This is his debut in PFL. He's won 6 straight and 7 of 8. He's not fought though since January 2020. Yikes. He's not lost since September 2018. He used to fight at 205. 2015 pro MMA debut. 2-0 in bare knuckle boxing. Kane is 3-0 with 2 knockouts, 1 submission. This is his debut as well. He's 7 years younger than Ben Yahia, 2 inches taller.
Yeah, I'm going Abdoullah Kane. I guess it's like negative 225 on this one, and I'll take the favorite. Bottom line is Ben Yahia's his layoff worries me, right? Like,
yeah. Do you know what the story is or not?
He's fighting bare knuckle boxing.
Right, yeah.
Like that's some of it, but like he's also not like a technical boxer. Like he's kind of one of those dudes who like blitzes forward and like his legs aren't underneath him when he's throwing. So he's like, he doesn't have good form on what he's doing, and it's like not good form just that like he's not defending himself. Like some guys throw caution to the wind and just lose their form, but like some guys throw it and you're like, how is he generating any power? He's not going to generate any power doing that. And if you've seen his bare knuckle fights too, like he punched one guy in the eye and then the guy quit because he got hit in the eye. And like, yeah, that's part of fighting with no gloves on.
Exactly, dude.
And then the other one ended in like 30 seconds. So like, he's not even really putting in a bunch of time there. And then from Kane's standpoint, I've kind of got limited film on this guy, but I do love the way he uses length. He has a lengthy heavyweight. He's got a long jab, brings up the knees, push kicks a little bit. He's decent in the clinch. I would say it would sort of not surprise me to see Ben Yahia get in on a takedown or try to take him down. Kane does all the right things, though. He digs the underhooks, he frames against the face, he gets himself back. And, I like the way that he uses his length. So I think with a guy who's has a 5-year layoff and is probably going to have some trouble with timing, putting him in there with a guy who has so much length and so much area to work with, I think it's going to make it harder for Ben Yahia. So give me Abdoullah Kane.
All right. Give Gumby Abdoullah Kane. He likes his lengthy heavyweights, right, Gumby?
Sometimes I like a Roy Nelson too.
And sometimes he likes a short queen. You can't pigeonhole Gumby. You can't pigeonhole that.
We talked about Nawira Fajeda on the last. She's kind of a short queen.
There you go.
I think she was like 5'2".
Yeah, she could be the short queen after last weekend for sure. All right, we're doing another heavyweight tournament fight. Go figure. Jashell Ticha Awa. He is from Cameroon. Justin Clarke from South Africa. That checks out. That's both African countries. So forget what I said about non-Africans fighting. Clarke is 2-0, 2 knockouts. This is his debut. He's an inch taller than Ticha Awa. Ticha Awa, 3-1 with 2 knockouts. Never been finished in a fight. This is his debut as well. He's won 2 straight, including his last one via TKO. 0-1 in slap fighting, which is important to know. 0-1 in boxing. 36 pounds heavier than Clarke based off the last weigh-ins, 3 years younger.
Yeah, I bet he's heavier.
Big boy.
This is, I was talking before about this guy could win the tournament. This guy could win the tournament. Neither of these guys can win the tournament, in my opinion. They're both flawed in some like pretty bad ways. My guess is Awa is going to be like a -1, we'll say like -165 favorite, and I'm going to pick him in this one. My big problem with Clarke is, he's chin's way up in the air. He moves his head, but like not with purpose. Like he moves his head because he knows he's supposed to. But like it's like sometimes predictable, and sometimes you're like, why would you put your head there? And so like, he's trying to be defensive, but he just hasn't really learned how to do it yet. And puts himself in kind of harm's way. He fought a guy much worse than Awa last time, and it was like that guy was teeing off on him early on in the fight. He came back and won it or whatever. But I just don't think very highly of the striking defense of Justin Clarke. And then on Awa's side, like when I first watched him, I was like, oh, I'm just gonna fade this guy. But then it seems like what he does is perfect to beat Justin Clarke. I don't really like his boxing. He's kind of tentative, and he very clearly just wants to throw the hardest right hand he possibly can, because he dips his head to the right and like lines up an overhand right. Like almost like, you remember the Roy Nelson shuffle? You know how Roy Nelson would do that little shuffle right before his head would dip to the right, and he'd like basically do like a baseball crow hop, and then he'd throw that right hand with vicious intentions. Awa wants to do the same thing. And so, like, you keep seeing him dip his head to the right, dip his head to the right. I'm like, oh, here comes that right hand again. But the thing is Justin Clarke's head movement's terrible. So, like, I could see Justin Clarke just dropping his head into one of those overhand rights one time and sleeping. So
here you go. Take my head.
I think exactly. And so I think that's what Jashell Ticha Awa is going to do. He's going to line up that right hand. He's going to land it one time, and we're going to get a big win there.
All right, there you go. Ticha Awa is the pick. All right, before we get you the rest of our winning picks, I'm going to tell you about Underdog Fantasy. Underdog Best Ball Mania is happening all summer long, giving away $15 million in prizes, including $2 million to first place. No waiver wire, no arguments about trades. Best Ball is the best way to play fantasy football. And Underdog is also a great place to play Pick'em. Gumby's probably got to play for you right now.
Yeah, MLB All-Star Game this week. It's on Tuesday. And look, can't say enough about what Cal Raleigh is doing right now. So I'm going to take the higher than on Cal Raleigh's home runs. How about that? Cal Raleigh goes yard in the All-Star Game. Give me Cal Raleigh.
Last season, I think, in fantasy, yeah, it would have been last season. I traded Adley Rushman for Cal Raleigh, and that one is paying off, eh?
Yeah, I bet.
Ooh, that is paying off. Raleigh's a keeper now. All right, take Gumby's play and take our code MMA SGPN to claim your special pick and first-time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus credits. So underdogfantasy.com, promo code MMA SGPN. And you've heard us talk about Rhythm before, and they just dropped a game-changing feature called Power Trends, essentially the best of the best of what their house model has to offer. These are AI-detected patterns where Rhythm's model has consistently won and has a high ROI. Think a strikeout prop that wins 59% of the time when the line and win probability hit a certain range. Power Trends are updated daily and exclusive to Rhythm. No touts, no noise, just clean data-backed bets. Here's some stats in the early going here. MLB Power Trends are 254 and 147. That's a win rate of 63% and a return on investment of 4.5% in their past 400 bets. And WNBA Power Trends just kicked off 35 and 20 since launch, 63.64% win rate, 20.7% ROI. Download the Rhythm app, check out Power Trends, and start betting smarter. We will be. Do you have any new Power Trends? I guess baseball's kind of getting quiet now. So
yeah, baseball got quiet, but I told you on yesterday's episode, I've been leaning into the WNBA stuff they got on Rhythm. They've got tons of different stuff on Rhythm, not just the Power Trends, but all the stuff on Rhythm. They helped me out. I'm not even a big WNBA fan, but they had Veronica Burton higher than 9.5 points, and she went for 11 against the Aces. So yeah, always make sure you're checking out Rhythm.
Yep. You can check it out for free for 7 days with our promo here for you. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm, RITHMM. All right. I guess this is a feature fight, right? Heavyweight feature fight. Corey Anderson.
It's the main card. Yeah. Right.
Corey Anderson versus Denis Goltsov, US versus Russia. They're fighting for, I guess, a paycheck. They're not fighting for anything, not a tournament, not about maybe next.
Goltsov was just the champ, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I think, yes. Yeah. He won last season. So this is a total PFL move here, right?
And then they're like, we're not going to let him repeat his champ in the tournament. We got something cooked up for him. He's going to fight on a card that you can only see on an application against the guy who's a light heavyweight in South Africa.
And he's Russian. Perfect. All right.
Isn't he Estonian or is he Russian?
He's got the Russian flag beside him because he's the Russian Bogatyr, Gumby.
Oh, who am I thinking of from Estonia? Never mind.
Not many people. There's what, 5 people who live there? So one of 5 people possibly is who you're thinking of. All right, the Russian Bogatyr, Goltsov. That'd be funny if that was Anderson's nickname, but sadly it is not. Oh, Anderson's the one with all the annoying nicknames. Beaston, 25-8.
Beaston 25-8 is the worst nickname.
Yeah, it is. It totally is. I don't think he goes by it anymore.
He goes by overtime now.
Yeah, which still not good enough.
It's
Beaston,
better.
It is better, but Beaston 25-8 is funny. All right, the Russian Bogatyr is 36-8, 18 knockouts, 12 submissions. He's been knocked out 4 times, submitted 3 times, 14-3 in PFL. And as we mentioned, he was the 2024 champ. I guess it's a pay cut now. He just want to have his pay cut in half and fight in the tournament this year, right? He's won 4 straight, 9-10. All the past 4, all via finish. He's not lost since November 2023. Multi-region championships on his
mantle.
Correct. Get our merch, sportsgamblingpockets.com/store. I didn't get to say that all last episode. 2010 Pro MMA debut, 2 inch height and inch reach over Anderson, and no odds. Anderson 18-6 with 1 no contest, 8 knockouts. He's been knocked out 4 times. This is his PFL debut. At least they're letting him fight. Most Bellator people, they don't let fight. He's won 2 straight and gone 5-1 with 1 no contest over his last 7. He's not lost since November 2022. He went 5-1 with 1 no contest in Bellator. RIP, was the champion. 10-5 in the UFC. Used to fight at 205. 3-0 in the Ultimate Fighter and the champion. 2013 Pro MMA debut.
Yeah, it seems like they're doing this to Corey Anderson because he complained, right?
Yes, he was one of the vocal ones. Yep.
Yeah, this isn't a good fight for him.
No.
I mean,
another guy that wants to wrestle and has more power.
It's going to be Goltsov like -250, and not just likes to wrestle too. Like, I think people sleep on how good Goltsov is at jiu-jitsu and submissions, right? Because he subbed Oleg Popov in the finals last year. Huge cash for us, by the way. I remember that one because I chronically fade Oleg Popov. I don't think he's good. And so Goltsov subbed him off of his back with a triangle choke. Real nice finish there. I think he's got the hands to deal with Corey Anderson. He's got the size and the wrestling. Like the wrestling, Corey Anderson is a good wrestler. I think people sleep on how good he can be as a wrestler, but like the size discrepancy is just going to be too much here. Like Goltsov's a big old heavyweight, and Corey Anderson is like, a decent size 205er. I'm just going to go Goltsov here. I don't think Anderson deals with the size very well.
Yep. There you go. As you pick, we already told you co-main event. We told you the winner for that already is obviously going to be Dakota Deschavo. Where do you think the line's going to open for that?
-6,000.
Really? You think it'll be that?
Yeah,
crazy?
It will definitely be 4 figures.
Okay. Fun. All right. Main event is not 4 figures. It's for it says it's for the Bellator Middleweight Championship. Is that true, Gumby?
I don't know.
It's for a title, but it says Bellator. Now I'm really confused. Isn't Eblen? Yeah, Eblen's the PFL champ. So I think it's just topology here. Eblen's the PFL champ. And
how bad is it that we don't know though?
Yeah, we don't know. Well, I never noticed this until right now that topology has it listed as the confusing thing is he's both. He was the Bellator champ, and now he won the super fight title, I guess.
But wasn't the super fight at 205?
That was for Bellator too, it says. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and he fought Impa Kasangane.
Yes. No, he fought Impa before. Yeah, Fabian Edwards he fought.
Oh, right.
Twice, yeah. It's for a belt, I guess. Bellator, maybe. I would check PFL site, but I'm sure they don't know either. Let's go with the challenger. Challenger for some kind of gold would be Costello van Steenis. He's fighting Johnny Eblen. Eblen is the champ. U.S. versus Spain, because he is the Spaniard, Costello van Steenis. 16-3, 4 knockouts, 8 submissions. He's never been finished in a fight. Very durable. 1-0 in PFL. He's won 2 straight and 4 of 5. Both of his past 2 wins via finish. He's not lost since May 2023. He went 7-2 in Bellator, RIP. Regional champion, or maybe not RIP if this is for a belt. Regional champ, 2014 Pro MMA debut, 2 inches reach over Eblen. Pressure, which is the perfect nickname for Johnny Eblen. 16-0, 3 knockouts, 4 submissions, 2-0 in PFL, and the champ, I guess, with 1 defense, according to Topology. 10-0 Bellator RIP, the champ there as well. He's a champ of some sorts. All right, Gumby. 5-minute rounds. I didn't say that off the top either.
Yeah, I think Eblen's going to be a big favorite, probably even a little bigger than Goltsov if I had to guess, because like Corey Anderson at least has like the name value and former UFC fighter in there, but like Costello van Steenis doesn't have that. I think Eblen's just going to roll him too, to be honest, because at first I was like, well, Costello van Steenis, he's a big dude. And then I was like, and he grapples quite a little bit, right? Like he looks good in the grappling exchanges in his last few fights. But then I asked myself, like, but when has he been the nail in the grappling situation? Like we've seen him as a hammer. He's a good hammer. but how does he do when he's not the guy initiating the grappling? He's the guy defending the takedown. So I went back and I flipped through his catalog to try to find a fight where he was fighting somebody who would shoot a takedown on him and would, give him trouble. I found his fight with Mike Shipman. And look, Mike Shipman, not a particularly well-rounded fighter, but a guy who can wrestle a little bit. Shipman had him down early in that fight. Shipman was the aggressor. Shipman was like kind of controlling things. And don't get me wrong, Van Steenis turned it around and wound up having his own top control and doing his own thing. But like, it's kind of because Mike Shipman tired out and he started to find his legs. And like, Eblen doesn't tire out like that, right? Like Eblen's just tough as hell. And Eblen's a 30 times better wrestler than Shipman. So I'm going to take Johnny Eblen. I think as good as Costello Van Steenis and how fun as he is, I just don't think he can deal with that wrestling. So give me Johnny Eblen.
All that time I was searching on the PFL site for this weekend's event. All they have listed as for matchups are the tournament fights. So
perfect.
They don't have any of the big name fights listed.
Why would you have more than that?
Exactly. Oh my God. And some the women's fight that we didn't even cover, the opener. So yeah. Perfect. Good job, PFL. PFL is going to PFL. All right. Eblen is the pick. What was the number you said?
I said like -350.
All right, cool. I was in the PFL weeds there. All right, this recap, and we'll get you out of here. He's got Eblen. He's got Goltsov. He has got Ticha. He has got Kane. He's got Djantou Nana. He has got Badr. All right, you're set for the heavyweight portion of PFL. You can get more from us in the Discord, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Discord, on the YouTube comments. Of course, MMA Gambling Podcast. Thank you for subscribing in advance. On the old Twitter, SGPN MMA. He's at Gumby Vreeland. I'm at Jeff Fox Writer. Jeff Fox Writer on Instagram as well. Check out my Substack. Enter my free UFC Pick'em contest for this weekend at moneymma.substack.com. You can listen to more Gumby at Top Turtle. Who's on it this week with you, Gumby?
We got Robert Valentin, who's fighting in New Orleans this weekend, as well as Carly Judici, which is a home game for her.
Right. Check out Top Turtle MMA Podcast, wherever you get your podcasts. And of course, sportsgamblingpodcast.com, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/store, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Patreon. All right, Gumby, bid the people farewell.
All right, I'm Dana Gumby Vreeland. He's the Canadian Booker Jeff Fox, and we will see you tomorrow.